Hey everyone, hope you're having a great day. It's morning here, so I'm going to be enjoying a cup of coffee during this video. We're going to be diving into where are we at? Chapter 24 of Dune. I know I've been kind of belly aching a little bit the past couple of videos because we moved into book 2 of book 1, and the whole vibe's just taken a shift that I'm having to get used to. With this chapter, I think it's really locked in. Got some additional backstory that's helped stabilize just the plot for me here, and I really enjoyed it. So I'll get into the details there in a moment. Before I do, I did want to share. I am a writer, sci-fantasy author. I've written a book, The Song of Immaru, Earth's Door. If you'd like to check it out, and if you're watching this video, you may enjoy Dune, and I think folks who enjoy Dune and that general theme of stories would definitely love this book. You can go to my website, www.pjdudek.com, or look at the information in the description below. But you are here for Dune, and like I said, I really enjoyed this chapter. So the previous couple of chapters, we've been more focused on Paul struggling to come to terms with what has just happened with the Harkonnen, and actually the whole emperor attacking Arrakis with a massive number of troops, number of legions. He's really grown up, gone from kind of a teenager mindset to adult mindset. So it was very introspective, and kind of in hindsight, it makes sense. I think reading it, I would have liked a little more. Just see a little more what was happening with the attack, rather than just kind of Paul freaking out a little bit about stuff. But overall, now we're stabilizing via the perspective of Thufir Hawat. He's the Mentat, the assassin guy, and he was out in a town kind of near Arrakeen when the attack happened, with a bunch of soldiers with him. Most of them at this point are injured, and he's also with a squad of Fremen. So the Fremen lead, who's not really named here, he's telling Hawat, what are you going to do with the water situation? And what he means is, you got a bunch of injured people here that are probably going to die anyway because they don't have any water right now. So are you going to take their water for the benefit of everybody else? And I thought this was interesting, because this is really getting into the culture of the Fremen. Is their mindset is water is pretty much everything, and the people who are injured understand that they're going to have to essentially sacrifice themselves for the good of the tribe. So Thufir is having to come to terms with that, as well as the rest of his troops, as one of them actually dies, and the Fremen want to take that person and go kind of milk them for water, I guess. And of course, they're understandably freaking out. Even though this person's already dead, it seems pretty dishonorable. But Hawat has to explain to them, and they eventually all come to terms with, like, yeah, we're all going to die anyway, so we're going to have to make some of these sacrifices. So yeah, everything's getting really, really hardcore, and the stakes are raising. There's nothing like gratuitous. I can't say the word. There's nothing like extremely violent or descriptive in this, which I appreciate. I don't hugely love that, but you get the gist of what's going on. We also get more backstory of what happened with the Harkonnen attack. Apparently, there were many legions of troops. So many legions of troops that it would have been like 50 years worth of spice earnings to support that amount of attack. But what we find out is there's tons of Sardaukar. These are kind of like the Imperial stormtroopers, but it's actually skilled, unlike in Star Wars. And they joined up with the Harkonnens to knock out the Atreides family. And again, we know why the Emperor is wanting to get rid of Leto, is because Leto, in his house, the Atreides, posed the biggest threat to his and his family's role. So he's kind of being sneaky here and trying to use the Harkonnens, and actually all the Sardaukar are disguised as Harkonnens, to knock out Leto, the Emperor's biggest threat. And the Harkonnens are happy because they're going to get Arrakis back. So it's pretty interesting. It was a meandering path to get there, going into book 2 to understand everything that was leading up to this big attack. But overall, pretty deep story, complex plot that's all coming together really, really nicely now. Another thing in this chapter that was interesting is Thufir Hawat thinks that Jessica was the traitor. He's convinced of that. Now he wants to go back to Arakeen, and he's working with his little Fremen group to allow him to get there to kill her now. So that's another whole interesting plot line. And of course, we know Jessica wasn't the traitor; it was Dr. Yua. But again, Thufir doesn't know that. So I'm really liking this Thufir Hawat plot line. I'm curious to see how it goes because I again don't remember any of this from the movie. Excuse me. Another thing that happens is we get to see the strength of the Fremen. Apparently, they knock out Sardaukar pretty easily, and this just blows the mind of Thufir Hawat. And we eventually get to see this in action when some Thopters are coming, scouting out the area to eliminate any remaining Atreides forces, and the Fremen kind of come and show this another group of Fremen out in the desert kind of show themselves to the Thopter, and it comes down and troops get out to go kill them, and the Fremen pretty much knock out the Sardaukar pretty quickly, and then one of the Fremen takes the Thopter and flies away with it. So Hawat's just watching this, astounded, and then shortly thereafter some more Thopters come in, including a huge one with a bunch of Sardaukar troops that are going to land and probably kill off Thufir Hawat, the remaining injured folks, and that tribe of Fremen there. But anyway, before it can do any damage, the Fremen that stole the other Thopter pretty much kamikazes and just blows up that plane. So, yeah, the culture of the Fremen is very, very hardcore, and it's not an individualistic mindset. It's very much the community mindset, and it's there's a nice juxtaposition between that and the Atreides culture that's presented in this chapter. So great dynamics happening here, and also just a lot more backstory into what all went into this attack. So I probably would have put this chapter maybe before the Paul chapters, just to set the framework around the massive nature of this attack, and then gone more into the introspection of Paul. But again, it's neither here nor there because we've gotten there in the end. So looking forward to see what happens next. Definitely a great chapter, and looking forward to sharing more soon. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.